Okay, folks, I'm sticking with the back to lays at the moment. I'm trying to pick up different examples so you can see what happens in different situations. So as you can see, as opposed to the other day, if you have watched it, where the horse I chose it in the morning and I backed it at quite high odds. Let's see what's happening with Ornate. You see back here, it was around about 12 to 14. And so I put a little bit of money in the marketplace around about there, 14 or so. And then we saw it come in. Then we saw a decent amount of money. I mean, for this horse, I mean, let's look at it: 13,000 out of 219,000. So it's weak in the market as opposed as a sort of horse to back. And then it's drifted outwards, and that's worried me. I did take a little chunk out at 18, thinking that it's not going to go any further than that, and it's probably going to get some support at that level. But there's obviously quite a lot of feeling about this horse that it's, you can see it's quite a lot of money around about the 17 mark. And at the moment, Ornate has actually come back in to 15. I'm running a small loss, and I'll have to be careful on this race because at the end of the day, this could be a race where, it stumbles out, lost a leg, and I could lose my 30 quid. So I'm looking for about 25%. I'm just going to put the race up just quickly because I've got a fiver on it. It's 1741 and 1745. I'm just going to pull up the stake and return calculator, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. So we're back, and I've pulled up this back to lay staking calculator, which you can find on insidetracks.co.uk. You can use it free of charge. Just follow the links on the homepage, and you can get this uploaded to your computer screen. So what I've got here is I've got a 30 quid bet, so I can put £30 in there, and I bet that £30 at odds of 14.32. And I'd like to make somewhere around about 25. Actually, it seems to be coming in. There seems to be some kind of backing for this horse, which is good news. Gives me a bit, look, it's come right back in. So I am quite confident now, feeling a bit more confident anyway, that we can get a few points out of this. So yeah, it's coming down to the bottom end of the range. Last price match 13, so we're already ahead. So what we guess that we can probably certainly get it down to somewhere around about 10. So let's see what risk we'd have to take or what reward we can get if we go down to 10. So let's make that our profit margin. Let's make it 30%. That takes us down to 11, so we can actually up that a bit, 40%. And that takes us to £12, 10.23. I think we can certainly do that. We're going to have to lay at 42 quid at about 10. So I think that's what I might do. Is I think that we can come in about 4 points. Certainly, from my initial research, which I've shared with everybody on the newsletter, is that Ornate is the only front runner in this field. It's the only front runner. The one that I fancy to win this is Encore d'Or. I think that's going to track Ornate till the final furlong and then go and win it. So Ornate looks as if it's going to get backed. So we're seeing a bit of backing behaviour here. I could take a little bit of profit before the off. I could reduce my. I mean, I'm looking for 12 quid. I could take a little bit of that money, and if I wasn't talking to you, I might well have done so. So if we look at Ornate, it's if we can get 12 and a half, we can get 12. Why don't I just lay a little bit off at 12 and see whether I can get that 12 and a half maybe. I'll take 10. 10 at 12 and a half. That would just reduce some of the risk and put some money in the bank before the off. So I think we'll get 12 and a half. I'd be surprised if we don't. It's been down there a couple of times. Resistance level seems to be coming about at that level. So we'll see. They're loading up now in the stalls. If I can make that, I will then put the remaining 20. So I'll look for a £50. So let's just work that one through. We want to make a £20 bet, and we want to make 50% of our money. So normally they would say 9.55. So I'll put £40 on. I'll keep that to 12.5, and I'll put £30 at 9.5. £30, 9.5. 9.6, there we go. And they're off. And we can see that Ornate will go into the lead. We got our 12.5. Will we get our 9.6? I don't see why we shouldn't. He's in the lead. So just
Stone of Destiny now keen on the restraint last but one, and Outrage with the red cap is held up there already.
Are we going to get our 9.6? I'm not sure we are. Yeah, I think we might do. 10, it's going down to 10. Come on, Ornate. All right, let's take it up to 10 then. There we are. We've taken that, and we're getting that coming through now. So
Outrage in the red and green is picking up. Stone of Destiny also running on 200 yards to cover. Outrage. Encore Door though coming with a withering run. Stone of Destiny is pursuing him. Encore Door strikes the front in the shadows. The post. Stone of Destiny still running on. Encore Door does enough.
Okay. Right. So we wanted basically to win £10. I think you saw that. I think it did almost exactly what I said it would do, but I just didn't quite get Ornate down to the sort of levels I wanted it to. I'm not quite sure why it didn't. I mean, I only lost by a neck. So I was quite surprised we didn't get a better deal than about 10. Look, it's 10%, which is 10. And where was the lowest it was back to? 10. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, it did pretty well. It came second by a neck, and it still only traded at a 10. So I'm very surprised we didn't get our money, more on our money. But you saw what I did. I saw it wasn't going to win. I was pretty sure it wasn't going to win. And so I took slightly worse odds, and then I cashed it out. So I've made 9.96. By the way, I tipped Encore Door as my nap of the day. So I really felt that was going to do exactly what it did and win. So yeah, that's the way I'd work. I saw that this Ornate was drifting. I got a bit worried about it. Came back in again. If it had drifted more, then obviously all you do is you look at your profit margin. You say, right, I'm taking my profit margin down, and I'll try and trade it off in running. We knew it was going to be a front runner, so we knew it was going to come in a bit. And then you just work out, well, where do you think it's going to come to? So if it had drifted way out to say, well, it went out to 18, didn't it? So if it had gone out to 22, say, you'd say, well, okay, I've backed it at 14.32 and it's out at 22. Maybe I should be looking at getting a little bit back at 14 and then risking a little bit down to about maybe 12 or something like that. Take a couple of ticks out of it and see whether that would have worked. And then we would have managed our risk using the calculator as well. So anyway, just to show you that you can use this calculator in different ways. You can take out a bit of your stake for a bit of money before the off. But actually, even though that went exactly as I thought it should, Ornate did not trade down at sort of, well, to lose by a neck, I would have thought it would have traded down to at least, what, 7 or 6. But it didn't. It traded at 10. So there you go. A lot of people obviously didn't fancy it and didn't even fancy it when it was quite close up. So there you go. If you want access to the Back2Lay staking calculator, go to Inside Tracks, follow the link. If you've liked this video, then subscribe to the channel and like it. Or if you have some thoughts, then please let me know, and best of luck.